Hi, I'm Greg Aronowitz from Barnyard Effects, and this is What's in My Barn. Today we're digging into the barn to go back 100 million years, or really just 1991, which seems almost as far away. I worked on a show called Dinosaurs for Disney with Jim Henson. So this is Roy, the next door neighbor and best friend of Earl, the main character. He is one of the biggest dinosaurs on the show. All of the characters on the show are either hand puppets or people inside suits. Obviously, Roy, being this big, was a man inside a giant dinosaur suit. All of the body movement would be performed by the person inside the suit, but all of the facial expressions would be puppeteered by an operator using an RC computer-controlled system. This is an example of what is inside one of the dinosaur's heads, underneath the skin. So this is an animatronic head, and it's filled with little servo motors that are connected to levers and tabs and rods that pull on the skin when the puppeteer uses the control system. The characters on the show are often really big, so a lot of these dinosaurs have extra support with pneumatic systems and stuff that would help keep the head up and keep everything moving without putting too much stress on the puppeteer. So this is Spike, who is Charlene's boyfriend, kind of the bad boy of the show. And this is an actual screen-used skin. It's on a fiberglass core that would make the skin hollow, but this is an animatronic head. But this one was kept as a paint master so that all of the other versions or all the changes of skin would match. And that's actually on the stand where we have all of the different colors that we would use mapped out, so that every morning we would have to either repair and repaint the skin or do a fresh skin so that it looked perfect, because there's a lot of wear and tear on these things as they film. Spike, as his name implies, had a lot of like horns and spikes on him, and a lot of them were glued on separately, and if you look close, because he's missing the horns here, you can see numbers sculpted into them so that we can make sure that we match the right spikes and horns every time. So this is a foam skin. It's made out of foam latex that's very soft and flexible, and all of the characters were made of this material. So this is a foam latex head, and foam latex is actually really soft and flexible. This is Earl's hand, and it's actually amazingly soft considering it's over 20 years old. A lot of times it'll dry out and get brittle. But you can see how animated it is just by, here, watch, check it out. Human hand, kind of looks like a human hand. You put this thing on and instantly you're a dinosaur. And they can just do all their expressions with it. And this is just really thick foam that was cored to fit around the hand. One of my favorite parts about the show was the refrigerator, and how when they opened it up there'd be a whole world of creatures that lived in there that then the dinosaurs would eat. And I have a bunch of unfinished castings from that. A lot of these were sculpted by Pete Brooks, who is an amazing designer and wildlife sculptor and does great character work. So something like Dinosaurs was a perfect fusion of all his like understanding of real nature and fusing with his amazing character work. These things always crack me up. Got a bunch of them. It's like a demonic rubber ducky. A lot of these were hand puppets. People would be behind the refrigerator making them work. This is Fran, the mom on the show. This, I think, is from the second season where we decided to add this horny crown on the top of her head. The first season didn't have it, and then in, I believe it was the third season, I re-sculpted the character to be an all-in-one with this on it. It was really fun working on the show because I got to do a lot of the sculptures and the painting. So it was kind of taking Kirk Thatcher and Pete Brooks' designs and bringing them to life and seeing them all the way through to being on screen. Of course, everybody's favorite character from the show, the baby. Not the mama.
Not the mama.
This is a silicone master of the baby head on a baby core. This would be used to make multiple molds because we had to run a lot of baby skins to make sure that he always looked fresh and new, especially because his skin was so smooth, unlike all the other dinosaurs with scales and stuff. It was really hard to hide anytime they would crack or rip or any blemishes on it. So if you're a Dinosaurs fan, like the video below and let me know in the comments if there's any other film or television shows you'd love to see some props from, because I'm sure I have some in my barn.